This is my story, driven style. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy Ritz here. Courage pays better than fear trading. And welcome to another episode of Driven. And today I'm going to tell my story. And I've done it in videos before, but this is my medium that I love to do on the channel. And so if my story can help someone out there, then by all means, that's why I'm going to record it and put it out there today. So in my previous life, before I entered this space, I was a high school principal for 7 years, and I enjoyed it. It was great. I loved it. It was a great school. I had great students, worked with great teachers, great parents. I had a lot of administrative colleagues that I just loved. We worked together well. It's a great setup. But I was away from my kids constantly. As a high school principal, you have to cover night events like basketball games, football games, volleyball games, school board meetings, dances, prom, and homecoming. I hated homecoming and prom. Hated with a passion, because I would be gone for it was basically like 20-hour day. But when you stack all that together, just being gone, I mean, it's 60, 70 hours a week that you're at a school function. And it's a lot of stress. And just having young kids, I got to the point, I'm like, I can't keep doing this. And I just kept having that conversation with myself over and over again. And I would always say, all right, well, next year I'm going to do something. Next year I'm going to do something. And it got to the point where I was like, I've got to make a decision. I've got to figure this out. And I've always wanted to start a business. I never knew what that was going to be. I had a lot of side hustles that I started and failed at and it didn't work out, that I learned a lot from. But it got to the point where the pain of being away from my family was too much, and I was like, that's it, I'm done. And I won't get into all the details, but I just was overcome by this just wave of courage to where I went into school the next day and I was just like, I'm quitting. So I literally wrote a resignation letter right then and there, called my wife and said, hey, I'm gonna resign. And we had talked about some things that I could try to do on my own independently to, make a living. And trading was just really going to be a little side hustle, like a small piece of the puzzle. It wasn't going to be the primary thing. There was this other project for a company that I was going to do that just didn't work out, and trading had to become my thing. But anyway, I handed my resignation letter in. It was on prom day of all things. It felt so awesome because I gave it to my superintendent. He looked at me like I had 3 heads. It's like, what are you doing? I remember telling the assistant principals I work for, they looked at me like I was crazy. Like, don't make any emotional decisions. I'm like, nah, I'm done, man. And it just felt like somebody lifted this huge weight off my shoulders. I was like, I feel free. And that started it. And like I said, the initial thing that I planned on doing, it wasn't trading full time, but when that thing didn't work out, guess what? Had to be my income. It was trading. And what I would never recommend to anybody, at least not right away, is when you're trading every month to pay your bills, you want to talk about pressure. I had no insurance, and I have 3 kids and my wife, and so now I had to pay for insurance, and now I had to trade to make the money to be able to do that. You want to talk about pressure? Do you want to talk about fear? Holy, you know what? Towards the end, I just started studying, and I started trading real money right away, which I don't recommend that people do, because that could just lead to disaster and ruin. I wasn't trading small amounts, but I learned, and then when that project didn't work out, I was like, well, I guess I'm a full-time trader. And in the first month, I think I made $4,500, which wasn't enough to cover my bills. Now, I still had money that I'd saved and put away over time as principal, so I had backup, I had reserves, but we didn't want to eat into those reserves, and so there was pressure. And $4,500 wasn't enough to cover everything. So we had to dip into the nest egg a bit. all right, here we go. This is real. This is live. And then that second month made 10 grand. And I was like, wow, I'm doing this. I just made 10 grand in a month trading the stock market, pressing buttons. I am King Taco. Feeling good. I got this. Month 3 comes, $6,800 loss shorting NVIDIA on the day when the 2022 bear market bottomed. And you guys hear me talk about bad trader behaviors, taking out your stop loss. Well, guess what numbnuts did here that day? I took my stop loss out on a short position when the bear market bottomed and NVIDIA ripped. $6,800 later, I was like, I can't lose anymore because I'm trading for income. So month 3, I got punched in the face and brought back to reality. But from there, just continuing to study, having to recalibrate, having been through many losses since then, significant losses. Yeah, this is a real deal. And at the same time, the winners that I've had, they were very good, right? And that's why I'm able to still stay in this game. And that's why I always preach that capital preservation, protecting your money, is most important. You cannot blow all your money on one trade. But anyway, the whole point of this is to say that I'm an example of whatever situation that you're in, you can change it. Not saying that it has to be trading, but you could be in a job that you don't enjoy, or that maybe you're just not personally satisfied, or maybe you want to go pursue other things because, like I said, I wanted to be a business owner, which I am today, and I'm proud of that. I love to do that, and I'm born to work. I'm a born worker, and I love to create. One of my biggest problems with working for someone is I was creating for someone else, but I wasn't creating for my family, for myself. And so I'm able to do that with Courage Pays Better Than Fear Trading. The whole point here is, if you're in a situation that you're not satisfied with, there are always ways that you can change it, that you can improve your situation. Like I said, it doesn't have to be that you want to be a full-time trader. It doesn't have to be that, but you need to know that there are people out there who have taken the leap, who have done it. And yeah, was it scary? Yeah. Was it risky? Yeah. Were there days where I didn't think that I was going to make it? Yeah. And as a father of 3, as a husband, that's, that's a lot of pressure, but I'm here, right? I've lived it. I've done it. And you can do it too. You just have to believe in yourself. It's not for everybody. It's just not. You have to have a certain mentality. You have to be able to deal with risk, to deal with losses, to manage winners, to deal with winners. So you don't have to do it full time, but you should learn it so that you could do it as part of your lifestyle, because it's a way to grow wealth. Investing, swing trading, day trading. But again, the most important takeaway from this that I want you to know, that whatever your situation is, if you're dissatisfied, if you're unhappy, you can change it, and you can shift into something that is going to make you feel fulfilled, that's going to light you up, that's going to make you excited to wake up in the morning. And that's me. I feel so fortunate and grateful that I get to do what I get to do. I love 4 o'clock in the morning when pre-market opens up. I'm sad when Friday comes because the market closes. I'm excited Monday when the market opens. But just know that you could do it. And I'm an example of that. And there are plenty of other people out in the world who are examples for you. And so here's the takeaway. If there's that voice inside of you that you want to do something, and you know that you want more from your life, you want to be fulfilled, I'm here to tell you that you could do it. Make it happen. Believe in yourself. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be scary? Yeah. But you can do it. And that's what I got for you today. My little take on my story. And as always, make it a great day. Honor the moment and be grateful.